And oh my gosh, that was 100% like probably a pike. It's a fish. It's a fish, it's a fish. Oh my god, it's a fish. It surfaced, it surfaced, it surfaced. We got one, we got one, we got one. Please tell me this is like a huge fish. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, that was a muskie. That was a fish. That's a muskie. That's a muskie. That's a muskie. Oh my god, dude, I'm shaking, I'm shaking, I'm shaking, I'm shaking. Welcome back to PB&J Fishing and to our new series, Pursuing Pike. This is the first episode. We are super excited to have you guys see this. Today, we spent 3 days on a campground trying to hunt down some huge pike. In this kind of smaller area. Caught a northern here yesterday. Kind of small, probably only 15 to 20 inches. My guess would be 17. But I didn't have the tape measure, but now I have the tape measure with me. And so, had a few nibbles from bass, I think. I was using a wacky worm. But today we got our small spinner on, and I got a leader because of the northern here. So, just going to try to fish this weed line over here a little bit. See if there aren't any northern hiding in it. But it is like 10 o'clock, so... No, not 10 o'clock, sorry. It is 11 o'clock, so... I have my doubts on catching anything. Now, I am on a muskie fishery, so it'd be amazing if I could catch muskie. However, this is one of the worst season to catch muskie in, they being like literally middle of summer. Do a quick trick here. So, when I'm fishing, I like to use one paddle, just because it makes things a little bit easier for me to fish and steer and move at the same time. So, I'm going to be using like pretty much half a paddle, one oar. Just makes everything a little bit easier for me to do. I started off day one by fishing this shallow lagoon swampy area that was right next to my campsite. It was a nice hot day, probably pushing 85 degrees out, and I was fishing in the noon sun, so conditions were not ideal. But I did not give up hope. No, you're not supposed to fish these with a leader on, but because of the northern that I caught, which I did catch without a leader on, but that also was a hook way bigger than this. I figured I might throw a leader on just because, just for the sake of, not breaking my line. Right about over here is where I caught my northern yesterday. Don't have a picture on it of it, or don't have anything on camera of it. But I'm gonna fish this whole little lagoon area and see what's hiding in here, if there even is anything. So really wish I could have gotten out here on a fishing boat, but it's not the end of the world that I can't. It is definitely not the end of the world if I can't get out here on a fishing boat. This will do fine. I'm a kayak fisherman at heart. This is what I've been doing for a while now. So, but we are working on the John boat, guys. Part 2 will be coming out shortly. We got some big plans for it. This is why I like having one paddle. Look at this. I casted wrong and I'm starting to turn the other way I don't want to go, so I just got one hand can hold on the rod, the other one can hold on to the paddle. And the reason I'm throwing a spinner is because how many weeds are here? This kind of spinner is a little bit just a bit more weedless than I think most of the other lures and stuff that I brought. I brought a lot of crankbaits and jerkbaits because the actual river, it's a rocky kind of river, so crankbaits and jerkbaits should be pretty good on it. There's plenty of smallmouth as well as largemouth on it that people have been catching recently. So I got my bass stuff too, some of my wacky worms. Big plans for the rest of the summer, guys. Stay tuned because we got some good fishing this summer. We got some good fishing, good trips, good everything. Stay tuned the rest of the summer. We got some big videos, man. But this is just a lagoon connected to the river, so I don't think there's going to be too much too many fish in here. I didn't think there was any fish in here until yesterday, but it does get really shallow where it connects to the river. But I'm guessing in during stormy times, the fish probably go over into this little bay, lagoon, almost a swamp. The fish in this area of the lagoon were not biting as I had hoped they would be, but I did not give up hope and started to think more towards the future, more towards the evening, and the rest of the 3 days, what I would be throwing out, where I would be fishing, and praying that conditions would be better than they were today. Thinking maybe later this afternoon into the evening, if I'm not going doing something, I think what we might do is use some of those big lures, specifically top water, because we are in pretty good conditions for top water, and I would like to throw out that big old whopper plopper. I fished the rest of the lagoon area throughout that midsummer's day, and to my surprise, I didn't get a single bite. I was really hoping for anything to bite on the spinner, but that's fishing. Sometimes you get bites, sometimes you don't. So I fished around the rest of the area, but decided to pack it up, thinking about what I might do in the future. Northern pike can be some of the hardest fish to fish for, and that's why I was not surprised I got skunked on my first little outing of the trip. But I stayed optimistic and knew that if I kept fishing with the right lures, the right conditions, I would eventually get one soon. Day 1 came to a close with a beautiful sunset that I could not pass up the opportunity of getting a nice video of. But without any fish on the day, it just didn't feel right. Day 1 bled into day 2, and I decided to get up early and chase after those early morning fish. So, we're still in this small lagoon, so we're going to throw on this tiny little swim bait paddle tail. See what is hiding in these murky waters. I fished around for a little bit in this lagoon area again, but quickly got fed up after getting snagged into many lily pads and weeds and decided it was best if I just move on. Alright, I've actually had enough of this bay. See that bridge? We are going under the bridge into the main area. But it is still kind of shallow in some parts, so still be fine for most of it, but I gotta start making my way over there. Making my way downtown, walking fast. I actually don't even know the lyrics of the song. Brought the tape measure too again, so we can measure the fish that we catch, because we're definitely catching one. It's like no doubt about it. After the possible jinx of the century, I crossed under the bridge out into the main river area and decided that these tiny little culverts in between the river and this lagoon area would be a great spot to start throwing out that swim jig I had. This very large river has rumors of holding some huge muskie, pike, and walleye, so I was very excited to get out here for the first time. Look at bass. I'm sure bass would eat this swim jig, but I do know Northern are known for the good swim jig bite. Yeah, we're gonna float right into that tree. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that amazing? Isn't that fun? Wow, we're just gonna go right past the tree. So, sweet. Wind is just pushing me into what looks like a living hell. And right when I thought I was out, they pulled me right back in. As in, these are gonna be some tough conditions for me to fish in the tree. After getting snagged into that tree, breaking off, tying on a new lure, I decided it was time to head out to the big river where the likelihood of me catching a larger fish is significantly higher. I decided to throw out my black whopper plopper on my muskie rod, and that is when this happened. Problems. Wow, that is gonna look so awesome. Alright. And whoa, there's the wind. That's not good.
Is there weeds there? It's trying to pop. There is weeds. Oh, there we go. Oh my god, that was a muskie. That was a fish. That's a muskie. It's a muskie. That's a muskie. Oh my god, dude, I'm shaking. That's a muskie. Oh my god. Oh my god, I don't care if there's weeds on it. Casting right back out. That's a pike or a muskie, dude. That is so sick. Oh my god. Come on. Come on. Way to follow her. Way to follow her on camera. Doesn't that sound sick? Come on, muskie, blow up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's no way. There is no way that just happened. I've never had anything like that happen to me in my entire life fishing. That was the coolest thing I've ever seen while fishing. Did it gunk this? No, but you guys get to hear the action up close. What? Dude, are you kidding me? I have to set the hook hard, I gotta remember. If I get one, I gotta set the hook so hard. I can say I actually had either a pike or a muskie follow that. I couldn't tell. They look a little too similar, but still. Oh my god, man. That's nuts. That's so nuts.
After by far the coolest thing that has ever happened to me while kayak fishing, and even fishing in general, I cast it out into the same area a few different times to see if that pike would come back for seconds, but it just didn't happen. So I decided to head down this little channel and see if there were any more hungry pike wanting some good topwater bites.
It wasn't grass. Wow, stop. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, relax, pal. Stop. No. Stop. There you go. Yeah, we're facing... Okay, and I'm drifting, it's fine. If I hook into a fish, though, this is gonna be one wild ride. Hi. Had a couple muskies so far, but yeah, right out there. Thanks, you too.
Yes, I did blatantly lie to those two kayakers passing by, but I was using a strategy where you say the opposite of what's going on. So if I catch a couple, I say I didn't catch anything, and if I didn't catch anything, I say I'll catch a couple. Me and Jonah use this one often to ward off any other fishermen that might be trying to steal the fish that we might be going for. I shouldn't have done it, but you cannot change the past.
Looks like an indie yak angler spot. Real ones, though. That is a great pull. Top 3 in fishing YouTubers, I would say. Even if he's not top 3, he's up there. If you say no, you're lying. You are lying. I know you guys probably associate PB&J fishing with like largemouth bass, you know, John B type fishing, but come on, man. We do this, man. We do this. We for real do this, man. We do this. We fishing for real. Y'all saw that. I had an alleged muskie follow. Dude, I know you guys saw that. That's definitely on camera. What was that? That was sweet.
As the morning of day 2 came to a close, I still had caught nothing, but did have that really cool follow to show for. The name of the game at pike fishing is most often the times keeping a level head, and making sure you stay in the game even though you seem out. It's always important to keep a high confidence level, as one little thing can lead to very, very bad things. Day 2 turned into day 3, and we were ready to get out there and go fishing. A beautiful morning it was. Me and my brother decided to walk around the rest of the campground to see if we can't get any other fish out of there before we hit some spots in the afternoon. Good morning, everybody. This would be day 3. We got a small little weedless spoon we're throwing out in this kind of murky-ish, disgusting little lagoon backwater area. We're on a dock, me and my little brother. Oh my gosh, I think he's got something. Oh, it's weeds. Oh. We're looking for some pike out here in the morning. Alright, we're at the next spot, guys. Still seeing if we can catch any northern. Catch you guys in a bit. We were changing from spot to spot with no action, and eventually got to this river part where we fished for a fair half an hour, and still nothing was going for our lures. We started to head back, but decided to make one last stop at a little dock that my brother had told me there might be fish there, and this ended up being a great idea. Alright, here we are, next spot. And oh my gosh, that was 100% like probably a pike. We're on the main river, we're gonna cast it. I threw on a little perch imitation swim jig, knowing there were perch in here, and got casting out into the weeds. It wasn't long before this happened. Yep, still recording. Flip it sideways, flip it sideways. Alright, first fish of the day. Oh, it just broke off. Devastated that I couldn't land that last fish, I decided that last-ditch effort to catch some fish, we were going to go to a dam and a spillway in the afternoon and see if the big lures could catch something that would make this trip unforgettable. But it wouldn't take long for my plans to deteriorate. Well, today we're going to do some fishing at a lake and a dam, but first gotta make a quick pit stop. Alright, ready to get fishing. We were headed to a lake that was rumored to hold very large fish, and I thought, what better place for big lures to get some action? We're at a giant spillway. It's time for the big lures to hit the board. There was unfortunately no action at that spillway, so we were forced to move to the lake, where in a last-ditch effort, I tied on my hidden secret lure to see if anything would bite. Alright, we moved to the lake and we're using the big boy, the one you guys all wanted to see. Let's get it. Knowing this was my last chance possibly at catching a pike, I fished for what felt like days, but still not a single bite, and I was devastated. I knew I had to do something, so we traveled back to the campsite, and I thought to myself, will I have enough time to get out in the water? Well, the answer was yes, and it paid off, but not in the way I was expecting it to. Alright, we're back out here on the river lake. And then out of frightened that I'm going to bird's nest this thing again, I'm just catching it as it hits the water. So that way I can, maybe not being bird's nested all the time. Got this whopper plopper, and I got another one that is got 3 treble hooks instead of 2. However, I don't really feel like tying on a new lure. Almost bird nested that pretty badly, but thank God I didn't. I was getting more weeds than fish on my whopper plopper, so I decided to change into my black and yellow spinner because it is much better in weedy situations. And small lures will get out here with a nice little black and orange spinner. No trailer. Didn't really have time to do any of this. I just threw this stuff on because I knew I was in for not a fun time. It was basically just
Get on the kayak as soon as you humanly can because you have no time to go fishing.
With the very limited amount of time I had left on my hands, I was getting desperate to catch anything. It felt like this whole trip would have just fallen in pieces and I wouldn't have anything to show for it if I didn't catch a fish. But I was lucky enough to have something cross my path that I'm very grateful for.
It's a fish. It's a fish, it's a fish. Oh my god, it's a fish, it surfaced, it surfaced, it surfaced. We got one, we got one, we got one. Come on, baby, come on. You're okay, buddy, come on. I ain't gonna hurt you. You're okay, bud, you're okay, you're okay. You're okay, I got you, I got you. Come on, buddy, come on. Oh my god, it feels like an insane snag. Please tell me this is like a huge fish. Oh, it's weeds everywhere. Loosen, drag, loosen. Gotta see if I can bring him up. Oh god. I'm gonna give him some line. Oh, he's not big. He is not big. But he's got half. Oh my god, he is so small. Oh my god, hold your body. Got him. It's really slippery. Let's get some of these weeds off this thing so I can actually grab it. Alright. Hooked pretty badly. I got him. So, first fish of the trip on camera. Alright. There we go, he's off.
Finally having caught a fish, the relief that surged through my body was something I'd only ever felt a few times in my life. However, I was still disappointed that not only had I only caught one fish the entire 3-day trip, but it also had been a sizably small fish. I was hoping to get out here and catch some absolute monsters on some huge lures, but it turned out that this was the first fish that I had actually caught, and it ended up being on one of the small lures. I fished around for a long time with all of my other lures, big and small, and I just couldn't get any more action. It seemed as though the fishing for this trip was already over before it really even begun. Having only caught that small fish, I just simply couldn't believe that there wasn't anything else in here that would bite my lures. I was determined, and I kept trying over and over again, but sometimes with fishing, you just have to accept that nothing's gonna bite right now. Nothing's gonna bite the lures you're presenting. That's just fishing. Sometimes you catch them, sometimes you don't. As I continued fishing and realizing I wasn't gonna catch anything, I made a few realizations. Most people think fishing is about catching fish. It's not. It's about who you become when you don't catch any. Fishing reveals your weaknesses, impatience, ego, entitlement. All of it rises to the surface when nothing bites. Fishing forces you to face silence. No noise, no screen, just your thoughts and the natural world. Can you sit yourself that long? You cannot fake it out in the water. You either know the knots or you lose the fish. You either read the current or you waste your cast. There is no shortcut to competence. It teaches humility. The river doesn't care who you are. A kid with a worm cannot fish you. Fish don't owe you a thing. It builds patience and discipline. The kind you can't find in a gym. The kind shaped by casting for hours with nothing to show and showing up again anyway. Most people quit before they ever get it because they want results, not lessons. But fishing's gift is who you become when you stop demanding outcomes. Fishing isn't just a hobby, it's a mirror. And if you let it in, it'll shape the kind of person you are when no one is watching. As the final night came to a close, I reflected on everything that had happened to me. The fish that I saw come after my lure, which was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen on the water, the fish that I had caught, the one that broke off, and all the other times I was frustrated, excited, happy, or sad about whatever happened out in the water. And I thought about what this trip has taught me. Patience is what this trip has taught me the most, and I cannot wait to get out in the water again with this renewed lesson. If you guys like this video, make sure to check out other series we have, such as chasing trout or hunting big bass. I'm really excited this Pursuing Pike series is out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. If you like this content and you want to see more videos like this, check us out at PB&J Fishing on all socials: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anything you like. Let us know what you want to see in the future for more videos / TikTok ideas. And if you want to see anything different or have any recommendations on what we're doing. I love you guys. Peace.